As a fearful avoidant, you probably don't take care of yourself. And I am going to tell you why. I am Paulina and I am so happy you are here because taking care of yourself seems like such a basic thing, something that we all kind of naturally do. And I remember so well that when I was in the crash state of the Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style, I had such a hard time taking care of myself in so many different ways. And it could be just not showering for a really long time just because I almost, it felt like I didn't have the energy to get up and actually take a shower um and do it. But what was underneath that was actually feeling unworthy of, taking care of myself, being a person that was um taken care of. And I know this must seem so crazy to somebody else for who this is just normal. You take a shower, you feed yourself nourishing foods, and it could be that part of that is depression. But I think a lot of fearful avoidants actually are suffering from depression, maybe high functioning depression. It might be that you're not even really aware of it. But feeling so unworthy of taking care of yourself, I remember that feeling so well. And when I started healing, I noticed that there was also some kind of comfort in not taking care of myself. And it took me a very long time to really understand where that was coming from. First of all, it kind of felt like it was safer to not take care of myself, almost as a form of self punishment. And when you've had a childhood that leads to the fearful avoidant attachment style, so there was some form of abuse, some form of neglect, you're always afraid of punishment, whether that's emotional, physical. There's always this dark cloud hanging over you. Somebody can get angry just out of nowhere and you don't really know why or how. And there's a very high chance that you have developed a pattern or a dynamic, almost like a protection mechanism, that is self-punishment. So you do things to yourself to hurt yourself in order to be safe, to not to maybe make sure that somebody isn't going to get angry with you. So I'm not sure how this will logically play out because it's not logic. It's the fear brain that is, making up all of these protection mechanisms. Because not really taking care of yourself, I guess my fear brain believed that when somebody would see that I was struggling, really, really struggling, they wouldn't get mad. There would be empathy. And that is, I think, a lot of times also underlying this, that fearful avoidants feel powerless. That just comes with the territory. And the victim mindset is also a part of that. I made a lot of videos about that. It's not a bad thing. You're not a bad person when you have a victim mindset. It's just very logical with the fearful avoidant upbringing. And when you don't take care of yourself, there's a lot of pros to that. One is people might have empathy and won't get mad when they see you're struggling. But also, I believed unconsciously, subconsciously, that when I would take care of myself and would be a person that, looked taken care of, then I would actually have to do things that I was so scared of, take responsibility, take action steps towards what I wanted, and I couldn't say no to other people that expected things from me. And so I guess not taking care of myself was kind of my way of saying to the world, please just kind of leave me alone. I have a hard enough time taking care of myself. I can't take on any other expectations or things you want me to do because I can't handle it. And when I started healing that, when I started dealing with that and allowing myself to feel safe with more responsibility and more power, that taking care of myself just kind of came with it. And I realized that this went further than I thought. It wasn't just not showering, not really taking care of, my physical outer appearance. It was also nourishment. So food and just nourishing my body, that felt undeserving. Nourishment felt undeserving. It felt like, if anything, I was deserving of just enough, barely enough, but not abundant. Um, and I think I think pretty much all fearful avoidants feel like they are not enough, they haven't been enough, they were never enough, because if they would have been enough, their parent wouldn't get angry. You wouldn't be in this unsafe situation. That's just fear brain logic, but child brain logic. That's just what you think when you're a child. If I would be perfect, if I was enough, then my parents wouldn't have such a hard time with me, then they wouldn't get angry with me. And so that not enough feeling can lead to you feeling like you are not enough as a person, and therefore not really feeling like you're worthy or deserving of being taken care of. You feel like you have to do something before you get to take care of yourself. I felt like I had to be really, really productive before I was allowed to take care of myself. For somebody who hasn't gone through this, it must sound crazy to imagine having such a hard time taking care of yourself. But it really felt like a mountain, and it really felt more safe to not take care of myself and to stay in my pajamas all day. Sometimes that would feel like a triumph if I was able to stay in my pajamas all day and and try to work, but not really getting anything done, I think. So taking care of myself also has been a long journey. But it was tied to so many deeper laying roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style. And so when I healed those, this kind of just naturally came along. And this is why I always stress that if you focus on healing every single thing that you run up against, you can be healing for a really long time. But if you go to the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style and heal those, then you will see it's almost like a domino effect. If you find the right dominoes, the other dominoes kind of fall over too without you doing extra work for that. So that's what we do in Healed and Happy, the online program. If you're interested in that, you can check that out in the link in the description below. But taking care of yourself, you are always worthy of that. You are always deserving of that. And it doesn't mean that you have to do more or take on more responsibility or all of a sudden have to meet everybody's expectations of you. You just get to take care of you for you. And you still get to put up boundaries towards other people. And I know that sounds scary maybe, but there is a life after fearful avoidant attachment style where that isn't scary at all. It just feels very natural to do that, and you can have fun taking care of yourself and nourishing yourself and your body. And I so wish that for you. Let me know in the comments below if this makes sense, if you recognize this, if you've noticed patterns in which you have a hard time taking care of yourself. I always love to know, and I'm so happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one. Healed and Happy is a tailor-made online program where me and my team personally guide you through healing the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style.